Hi, welcome to this Tuesday's Ask an Educator. And I know I said last week's was a doozy, but this week's is a doozy. This is from a client at the community classroom, and they ask, what happened to homework? Well, where to start? All right, so big picture curation of the research says that homework can be really effective in high school. It tapers off a bit with middle school, and that actually is not effective in elementary school. That's what the research says. So we'll start there. And then a couple of things to think about with homework and why elementary school students shouldn't be doing homework. And this is coming from research, not just my opinion. One, it gives them a negative attitude about school. And we don't want that to happen when they're 7, right? We want to wait until they're at least 12 or 13. Just kidding. We don't ever want that to happen, but it has been shown to give them a negative relationship or lead towards a negative relationship with school. The second thing, kids need time to be kids, period. I feel like this is the one that should be like the only thing that matters. Kids need time to be kids. They need to play. They need free play. They need to relax. They don't need to be doing homework. The third piece is that homework can have a negative impact on their sleep. And we don't want that with our elementary school kids. We don't want that with any kids, but especially our elementary school kids. Another thing, it gives us a false sense of responsibility. We think that elementary school students might be gaining a responsibility by doing their homework, but who's really telling them or initiating homework at home? It's not the second grader who's like, I need to do your homework, or maybe it is, but I feel like that's an anomaly. It's the parents and the caregivers. So if we're thinking that homework helps build a sense of responsibility, it's not happening in elementary school necessarily. And the last thing is that it can, I feel like this, any caregiver who helped their kids with homework during remote learning can attest to this. It can have a negative impact on personal relationships. Yep. But you might be a middle school or high school parent who's like, well, okay, but my kid still doesn't get homework. What's happening there? Well, there's a lot of debate and a big movement right now with educators for cutting homework. And here's the logic behind it. Teachers are scrapping homework because it is stressing students out. So if we're attending to the social emotional needs of our students, increasing their anxiety, probably not helpful with learning. In fact, increased anxiety has a negative impact on learning, long-term memory, the way we function every day, all of those things. Teachers can see, and this is from personal anecdotes, a negative that is just bad quality homework. So assigning things that doesn't equate to really great learning. They're feeling that that time for independent practice is better to be in the classroom when the teacher is by their side. So like independent practice, but guided. And that's a better use of their time. So what a lot of educators are doing, instead of giving 30 math problems, maybe they're just sending home 1 because they're having to reconsider what's the point of homework. Now, just to flip it around on the other side, there is a counter argument that says, how do we best prepare students for college and that responsibility and independence if they are not getting homework? So just food for thought. Thanks for tuning in to the Community Classroom's Ask an Educator. And we look forward to seeing you all next week. Go do your homework or not, whatever.